Your cat just did something they've never done before. They fell asleep on your lap. Completely limp. Eyes closed. Vulnerable. And for a second, you realized something. Your cat trusts you in a way that goes beyond food, beyond shelter, beyond the basic transaction of pet ownership. Here's what most owners don't understand. Trust in cats isn't gradual. It's not built over months of consistent feeding and gentle petting. Trust in cats is binary. They either feel completely safe, or they don't. And when a cat decides you're 100% safe, when something in their instincts finally accepts that you're not a threat, they show you through very specific behaviors. Behaviors they'll never show anyone else. Behaviors that reveal the deepest level of feline trust. Today at CreatureCode, we're decoding 6 things cats only do when they feel completely, utterly safe with you. And here's the part that matters. The final behavior on this list is so rare, so profound, that most cat owners never experience it. But if you do, you'll know your cat has given you something most people spend their entire lives chasing: unconditional trust. Let's decode them. You find your cat twisted into a pretzel, spine bent at angles that seem impossible, sleeping 3 feet from where you're sitting. That's not comfort. That's trust. Here's the neurobiology behind it. When a cat sleeps deeply, their muscles relax completely. Their awareness drops. For a predator that survived through constant vigilance, deep sleep is the most vulnerable state they can enter. A cat sleeping curled in a normal protective ball, tucked tight, ready to bolt, is sleeping cautiously. They're never fully offline. But a cat splayed out, limbs extended, spine twisted, snoring softly while you're in the room? They've decided their survival doesn't depend on staying ready. They've decided you're handling the threat detection for both of you. Here's what makes this profound. In the wild, cats only sleep like this in absolute safety. A mother cat sleeping sprawled out while her kittens play nearby. A cat in a space where predators have never entered. When your cat sleeps impossibly close to you in an impossible position, they're telling you, "I've given you the job of keeping me alive." That's not neediness. That's the highest form of trust. The signal? If your cat only relaxes like this around you, fully splayed, completely vulnerable, they've chosen you as their safety anchor. Treasure that. It took time for them to decide you earned it. And that's just sleep. But there's something even more intimate that happens when a cat decides you're their person. Your cat rolls over, exposes their stomach, and instead of immediately batting your hand away when you reach toward it, they let you touch it. Almost every cat owner has learned the hard way: the belly is a trap. Touch it, lose fingers. It's hardwired. But here's why that's true. A cat's belly contains their most vital organs. Heart, lungs, kidneys, liver. Exposing it means absolute vulnerability. In the wild, a cat showing their belly is either playing with someone they trust completely, or they're in a position where they've already lost and are showing submission. Most cats show their belly as play. They're inviting interaction, but it's controlled. Weapons ready. But a cat who shows you their belly and doesn't attack when you touch it? A cat who closes their eyes and purrs while your hand is literally inches from their vital organs? That's a cat who has decided you will never hurt them. This is different from a cat who tolerates belly touches. Tolerance is, "You might scratch me but I'll endure it." Trust is, "I'm completely defenseless and I'm okay with it." The difference? A trusting cat's body goes limp. Their purr becomes deeper. Their pupils dilate slightly, the physiological signal of complete relaxation. They're not bracing for impact. They've genuinely surrendered. A cat showing belly trust has answered the deepest question in their biology: is this creature a threat to my survival? And their answer is no. This one is rarer than most people realize. Your cat curls up on your chest. Their front paws knead gently. And then, impossibly, they fall asleep while you're also asleep. Do you understand what's happening here? Your cat has entered a state where they're unconscious and vulnerable while you're also unconscious and vulnerable. They've decided that the risk of both of you being unaware simultaneously is worth it. In the wild, this only happens in absolute safety. Mother cats sleep on their litters. Bonded pairs sleep intertwined. A cat sleeping on your chest means they've made the calculation, this human is worth the risk of total vulnerability. A 2020 study in PLOS1 found that cats who slept in close contact with their owners showed measurably lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone, compared to cats who slept separately. But more important, the cats who slept closest were the ones who had experienced the longest periods of safety. Trust isn't instant. But when it's complete, they show it this way. The weight of this? When your cat sleeps on your chest, they're not just seeking warmth. They're confirming that you've passed every test. You're safe. You're family. You're worth the vulnerability. Your cat drops a dead mouse at your feet. Your first instinct, gross, get it away. What's actually happening? I trust you enough to share my kill. This is one of the most misunderstood behaviors in cat language. Owners think their cat is being bloodthirsty or unhinged. But hunting is the deepest expression of a cat's identity. It's survival. It's instinct. When a cat brings you a kill, they're not trying to gross you out. They're including you in the most meaningful act of their existence, the hunt that sustains them. In cat colonies, cats share kills with family members they trust. Kittens bring kills to mothers. Bonded adults bring kills to each other. Your cat bringing you a dead mouse is saying, you are part of my survival circle. You matter enough to share this with. Now, here's the nuance. There are different levels, a cat who drops a kill and walks away, here, this is for the family. A cat who drops a kill and watches for your reaction, do you understand what I've given you? A cat who keeps bringing you kills, I keep proving my trust, and I need you to acknowledge it. Most owners miss the communication entirely and just think their cat is weird. The translation? When your cat brings you a gift, dead, alive, or even just a piece of kibble, they're saying, I include you in what matters to me. That's trust in action. If this is completely changing how you see your cat's behavior, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Because at CreatureCode, we're not just explaining why cats do what they do, we're revealing what it means when they choose you as the person to do it with. And that choice. That's everything. Your cat lets you pet them for 30 seconds, then walks away. Normal cat behavior. But sometimes, maybe once a month, maybe once a year, your cat lets you pet them for extended periods. Their eyes half close. They lean into your hand. They're not just tolerating it. They're surrendering to it. And then they groom you back. This is called allogrooming, and it's a bonding behavior that only happens between cats who have complete trust. In cat colonies, allogrooming serves multiple purposes. It builds social bonds. It reduces stress through endorphin release. But most importantly, it says we're family. A cat who allows extended grooming and then grooms you in return has decided that your scent, your texture, your presence is part of their identity now. They're literally mixing their scent with yours through grooming. But here's what makes this behavior specific to true trust: a cat can't groom you while they're braced for threat. Their whole body has to relax. They have to lower their guard. A cat grooming you gently, licking your hand, rubbing their face on your neck, they've decided you're part of their inner circle. The depth of this? When your cat initiates grooming with you, they're not just showing affection. They're including you in their identity. You're no longer the food provider or the shelter. You're family. This is the rarest signal. The one that reveals complete, unconditional trust. Your cat locks eyes with you from across the room. Their eyes relax. They slowly close their eyes, the slow blink. And then, instead of staring you down, they look away first. Do you understand the vulnerability in that? In predator-prey dynamics, the first one to look away loses. They surrender visual dominance. They say, I trust you enough not to attack while I'm not watching. A cat slow blinking and looking away first is doing something profound. They're saying, I've made peace with being defenseless to you. Most cats maintain eye contact dominance. It's instinctive. But a cat who slow blinks and breaks eye contact first. They've moved past the need to maintain dominance with you. A 2015 study in Scientific Reports found that cats who slow blinked and looked away were perceived as more trustworthy by humans, but more importantly, the cats who did this most frequently were the ones in the longest standing, most secure human-cat relationships. This isn't a trick. You can't fake this. A cat either trusts you enough to be visually vulnerable, or they don't. The profound truth. When your cat slow blinks and looks away, they're telling you the deepest thing a predator can tell another creature: I trust you more than I trust my own survival instincts. Here's what I need you to understand about these behaviors. They're not random. They're not accidents. They're the direct result of your cat running thousands of unconscious calculations about whether you're safe. And every single one of these behaviors, the impossible sleeping positions, the belly trust, the shared kills, the grooming, the eye contact surrender, they're your cat's way of saying the same thing: you've earned my trust. Not just your voice. Not just your touch. But the deepest, most primal form of trust a cat can give. The kind that means they've overridden millions of years of survival instinct to be vulnerable with you. So tonight, watch for these behaviors. And when you see them, understand what they really mean. Your cat isn't just being cute. Your cat is saying, you're safe. You're family. I've chosen you. That's not something every cat gives. That's something you earned. If your cat shows you one of these behaviors, drop a comment and let me know which one. Because every single one is worth celebrating. And subscribe to CreatureCode. Because when your cat trusts you like this, you're not just a pet owner anymore. You're part of their survival story. And we're here to make sure you understand every chapter.